Okay, guys, this is what I have been working on for the past few weeks, and I just made a really, really big breakthrough. It's something I've been trying to implement for a while now into this algorithm. Okay, so I named this ICE, Paradigm ICE. This is an algorithm I'm building to automate my trading, such that I don't always have to be in front of the computer. And this is the primary thing I really want to achieve this year. Hopefully, before the end of this year, I can um, make this into an actual EA that is able to automate my trades. Okay, so this is the result, this is the output or the net return if the algorithm was running. Okay, assuming I'm running it 24/7 through the whole of February. Okay, 1st of February to this is ice. So from 1st of February to 1st of March. Okay, so and this is the net result, 41.6% return in 1 month. Okay, so that is very, very impressive. However, the problem here is the maximum drawdown, okay, which is really I'm not really concerned about this net return. Okay, I'm not too bothered about this. In fact, I don't even need 41% return in a month. That's, in my opinion, too much. Well, it can never be too much. Obviously, the more the money, the better. But it's not about the return, it's more about the drawdown because I'm going to be running this primarily on funded accounts. Okay, I'm going to do some really crazy stuff with funded accounts, hopefully before the end of this year. But the drawdown, okay, we know that with most prop firms, there is a maximum drawdown, okay, based on the initial account balance, which for most prop firms is around 10%. I think for my Forex funds, it is 12% drawdown, and some are actually even like 8%, 10, 12, 8%. But we see from here that the max drawdown is 8%. So even though over the course of an entire month, it was never really below the initial balance. Okay, maybe here, just like about $100 below the initial account balance. Okay, not 100, roughly about $100 below the initial account balance. But over the entire month, it's been above it's been mostly up. Okay, and that's because February was a very really really good month. There was little less consolidation. March has a lot of consolidation. We have a lot of consolidation in this month now compared to February. February was mostly very volatile. Price was moving. So this kind of algorithm will do very well in an environment like February. But if we run it in environments like months like January when there is a lot of consolidation, December when there is a lot of consolidation, maybe August and some of the summer months like July and maybe June. Even last year, September, October, is it September or October or around that time when market structure does not just hold, the price just you have a break of structure and at the end of the day you still get stopped that fair value gaps were not holding around that October, November period. So that kind of environment would not the algorithm would not do well in that kind of environment. So the drawdown would be very, very, very high. So my primary goal had been to lower the drawdown while also maximizing the profit. Okay, so I'm okay with a 5%, 10% return a month if the drawdown is below 6%. Okay, so this 8% I wasn't really happy with it. So my goal had been to implement, modify the algorithm, build systems into the algorithm that is able to control the drawdown better. And that is what I have been able to accomplish. If we have created inputs that allows me to control the drawdown. For example, if I should change this maximum daily loss to 100%, that means I can lose 100% of my equity in one day. Okay, look at the drawdown. The drawdown here is 13.5%, the net return is 40.58%. Okay, but by limiting the amount of loss per day to only 3% of the initial account balance, from almost 14%, we have a 40% reduction by implementing this maximum daily loss. Okay, normally my trading I have a maximum daily loss, but sometimes I'm not disciplined enough to stick to it, and at the end of the day I might end up losing more than this. Okay, though it's been a long while I have that kind of a loss. Most times if I have one loss a day, I just stopped trading. Okay, but last year my discipline wasn't very good enough. I always want to get win. I always want to get back what I lost, and at the end of the day, I end up giving back everything I've earned to the market. So, to be nice, if I'm able to develop an algorithm that is emotionless, okay, that you know devoid of emotions, that is not scared to enter a trade irrespective of the number of losses, and is not scared to stop trading when the amount of losses exceed a specific amount. So I'm really really excited. I'm hopeful for this. Obviously there's still a long way to go to actually develop this into an actual EA that can run 24/7 on MT4, MT5. There's still a long way to go because I still have to learn my AQL5 programming language and my AQL4 programming language. Okay, but I'm really excited with this, and I'm sharing this to you guys so that you would see how important it is to have a maximum daily loss. Okay, you can see the difference. If I change this back to 100%, look at the drawdown, 13.52% drawdown. If you are trading this on a funded account, it is going to blow the account. But by limiting the max daily loss to 3%, and it can even be lower. Okay, but I set to 3% from my back test. I saw that 3% was quite alright for most of the months that I back tested it on. So we see how what am I doing? Max daily loss. Oh, it should be 3%. Risk per trade 1%. Max daily loss 3%. Okay, so you can see the max daily loss has reduced to 8% and the net return is 41%, which is quite decent. But I'm still not happy with this 8.19%, and I decided to implement other risk mechanism that tend to limit the stop loss, okay, or that tend to close the trade. For example, it can close the trade even before the stop loss is taken. Okay, so if it's in a trade and the algorithm is able to see that it's like there's going to be a change in trend, it can close the trade even before the stop loss is taken. Okay, and sometimes if it's in a trade and the stop loss has been reached, it can still keep the trade on if the algorithm sees that it is a liquidity sweep. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. So if I should enable this max loss, we see that the drawdown has further reduced to 7.78%, which is now below the maximum drawdown of most prop firms. Okay, even though the drawdown here did not at any point in time go below the initial balance, okay, but over the entire month. But if assume I started trading here, I started running the algorithm here, okay, we are going to have this entire drawdown here from here to here. That drawdown is 7.78%. Okay, so if assuming the maximum daily loss is 7%, I would have blown the account here. The algorithm would have blown the account. That is why the max drawdown is very important, even though over the course of the entire month there was really no drawdown below the initial balance. But it depends on when the algorithm start running. So if we started running here, we would see that by the time this drawdown happens here, to have blown the account without these risk management mechanisms that I have coded into the algorithm. And if we further add the mitigate drawdown. The mitigate drawdown, what it does is that it uses ICT's um, drawdown mitigation mechanism where it reduces the risk when it is in a drawdown or when there is a losing trade. It cuts the risk. If there's another losing trade, it further reduces the risk. Okay. So if I should enable this, what it will do now is to further reduce the drawdown. Look at, from almost 8%, it is now below 5%. It is now far below, it's now below 5%. Okay, so this would be able to run really well on any prop firm, any platform without breaching the maximum drawdown rule, irrespective of when I start running the algorithm in that month. Okay, so irrespective of where I start to run this algorithm, the maximum drawdown at any point in time was 4.95%, and over the course of the entire month, it would still, I see that it was still able to get out of the drawdown. It should still be net positive over the course of the entire month. Okay, so I'm really excited and happy that I have been able to achieve this, because for weeks I've been trying to implement this and it wasn't giving me the kind of results I wanted. And 2 days ago I was able to get this done. And if I say a lot of ways that this can still be improved on, a lot of ways that it can be improved on. For example, there is no pyramiding. Okay, I haven't I didn't code it to pyramid into winning trades. Okay, imagine that I am able to pyramid each time there is a break of structure and there's a retracement, entry, 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 and then when we have the next buy signal, then it closes all the trade. Imagine the how the result is going to be. Okay, and the way I also coded it right now is such that immediately on confirmation, when there is a liquidity sweep and there is a break of structure that leaves behind, immediately on confirmation, that is when it enters. It doesn't wait for retracement. So imagine if I am able to modify the algorithm to enter at the very top. Okay, of course, it might not be able to guess the top, but there are ways to still implement it such that, for example, each of the upload candles, I can be monitoring each of the upload candles and then enter maybe here, enter again, and then the highest upload candle is here, and then I enter. And then when price goes below the previous upload candle that I use as an entry, I close those ones, and then the entry will now be at the very top here. So I believe it's possible to code that. Now imagine when the entry is here, that means RR will be much higher and the drawdowns would also be much lower. Okay, so here too there was a long here. It didn't wait for any drawdown, it enters immediately. So there are a lot of ways I can still even make the algorithm much more efficient. Like we have here, the entry was immediately after a break below this intermediate term low that has a fair value gap. So I can modify it to enter right at the top, at the very top of the upload candle here, and write it down. Pyramid entry, write it down, pyramid entry right until we get an opposing signal, and then I close the entire trade. Okay, another thing that I can still improve on is early exit. Okay, maybe entering based on time. So a lot of ways that I believe that the algorithm can still be better. At least to a greater extent, I've been able to eliminate a lot of the market structural breaks that are fakes. There's still a few fake market structure breaks in here, but overall, most of the fake market structure breaks were eliminated, and even those that were eliminated, the impact is not that significant, but in a seek and destroy environment then it becomes much more significant. So you can see, enter the short here, got out here. I could code it to get out here. Okay, maybe here when I don't really know, but let's see. Let's see. I'm really excited about this, but the primary thing I'm trying to share with you here is the risk mitigation mechanisms. Okay, when you reduce your risk when you have a losing trade, it can drastically impact on your drawdown. Okay, so the probability of you losing your account is going to be way lower. Okay, way lower. And then when you implement a maximum daily loss as well, I mean, you can see the result. If I turn all these risk mitigation mechanisms, if I turn them off, even though the net return might be higher, like that 41.6, but look at the drawdown. If I now change this to 100% without the max daily loss, you can see how the drawdown is now way exaggerated. Okay, but enabling all of them from a 40% drawdown, we're able to reduce it to 4.9% drawdown, and we still have a net return of 23.5% approximately. Okay, so maximizing the profits while reducing the drawdown drastically, that's my primary priority, such that at no point, at no month, no matter how bad the month is, okay, the drawdown never exceeds 6%. That's my goal. I'm setting a maximum drawdown of 6%, no matter how bad the month is. Okay, no matter if we're in a consolidation environment. So this is really interesting. I just thought to share with you guys.